This is a mountain of iron ore in the Pilbara region of Australia's northwest. Its name is Mount Whaleback, the largest single pit iron ore mine in the world, and it's the centre of operations for the Mnt Newman Mining Company, part of BHP Utah Minerals International. Since the first scratch appeared on the ground here more than 2 decades ago, 1 billion tonnes of this mountain have been moved by man and his machines to produce 500 million tonnes of high-grade iron ore for the steel mills of Australia and the world. The ore is blasted free, shoveled and trucked to mine site crushing plants. It's then railed out to Port Hedland. This deep harbour port handles more tonnage than any other port in Australia. There are 3 fundamental components in this. The iron ore itself, which is one of the nation's great assets. The machines that mine and produce it, which are some of the biggest of their kind in the world. And the people who make it happen. Quite obviously, the people who make it happen are the most important factor of all. Mnt Newman Mining's operations at Mount Whaleback and its shipping facilities at Port Hedland make it the biggest employer in the Pilbara region of Western Australia. The 2 centres have a combined workforce of about 3,500. There are another 370 employees in the company's head office in Perth, 1,400 kilometres to the south. In a region that was once considered remote, these northern mining operations and the towns that support them have developed standards that would come as a pleasant surprise to many who might choose to live and work in this frontier land of the north. So just what can you expect? Firstly, the mining town of Newman. In a country of such vast distances, most arrivals are by air. Domestic airliners take about 1.5 hours for the direct flight from Perth. Newman Airport is small, but is more than adequate to handle the commercial jets and numerous small aircraft that service the area. Newman, with a population of around 6,600, is an oasis. The town is well planned, with broad streets and modern buildings. Houses and other buildings are designed to suit the climate. This is Saturday morning in downtown Newman. There are the car parks, the shops and facilities. New towns take time to mature. Longer established streets are tree-lined with underground power services, allowing for a pleasant and uncluttered appeal. Naturally, the new areas have yet to be fully established, but trees and foliage are planted at the earliest opportunity. Various types of accommodation are offered. Newcomers may elect to spend a limited time in the caravan park awaiting housing. Major housing developments are in progress to improve the availability of accommodation. This is one of those developments. Married accommodation offers 2-bedroom flats like this for couples without children or with 1 child. Larger families occupy 3 or 4-bedroom houses or duplexes. The company offers a quite remarkable home ownership scheme with no deposit to find and no interest to pay. It guarantees to buy back at any time, or they only can sell on the open market after 7 years. There are no legal fees, no interest on mortgages and no tax. Local council and water rates are moderate. Single status employees are housed in either single person's quarters, share flats or quad flats. This is a quad flat in one of the new developments, which look much like any other house in the street. It's planned that most single accommodation would be of this style. This is a block of share flats. Single person's quarters offer single rooms in blocks like this with shared facilities. No new developments of this kind are planned. People living in single-person quarters are charged a low-cost, single-board fee. Meals at the single-person quarters, prepared by contract caterers, are of an extremely high standard and well presented. There is a big variety of choices at each sitting. Mess facilities of similar standards are provided at all work sites. A town like Newman is young and therefore modern in all of its facilities. There's television from the ABC and commercial stations. Apart from regular national radio, Newman has its own radio station. Education is provided under the state education system and is of a high standard. Children of all ages from kindergarten through to year 12 are catered for. This is Newman Secondary School. Part-time tertiary studies are also available at the Newman Annex of Hedland College. The town has a modern hospital. This Newman resident was just 2 hours old and meeting the family for the first time. There is no public transport. People use their own cars and cycling is popular. Some employees pedalled a few kilometres to work on this specially built cycle track. Transport is available from the town to the mine and take the workforce to the locations on site. Newman offers many leisure time activities, maybe a drink at the town's hotel, perhaps dinner there. A Chinese restaurant for a change, or maybe an evening at the Newman Club, which is always a hive of activity. Surely there's no more sporting-minded town than Newman. It's in the clubs and on the sporting fields. This is winter in Newman. Mind you, that means an average daytime temperature in the mid-20s and generally sunny skies. But it's still winter to those living in Newman, and that means winter sports. This is living and working in Newman. From Newman, it's 426 kilometres down the track to the operations of Port Hedland. The mine's iron ore goes down by rail in some of the longest trains in the world. The biggest of them are more than 3 kilometres long, with 5 locomotives pulling and pushing. Halfway down the line is the company's track maintenance base of Redmont. A community of 70 people live here in very pleasant surroundings. All the way down the line, the destination for the ore trains, Port Hedland. People mostly arrive here by air. The road journey of 1,400 kilometres from Perth takes a couple of days, even though Highway 1 is sealed all the way. Incidentally, Port Hedland boasts the status of an international airport, with overseas flights leaving for the Far East and destinations beyond. Bali is just 90 minutes away and is a favourite with company staff who take advantage of low-cost holiday packages. Mnt Newman Mining has a workforce of about 1,500 at Port Hedland, where it handles the unloading of the trains from the mine. The crushing and stockpiling of ore. And the loading of the giant ships that come to the port. The large ore carriers are 240,000 tonnes and 300 metres long. Company housing, flats and single-person accommodation is widespread at Port Hedland. Some of it is along the waterfront in suburbs such as Cook Point and Pretty Pool. This is new company housing at Pretty Pool on the ocean front. The homes are being bought by employees under the company's home ownership scheme. Single persons are accommodated in share flats. South Hedland is the big new housing district. The more established houses are in pleasant streets that would be a credit to any Australian suburb. South Hedland has extensive shopping facilities spread over a broad complex with a great variety of small shops and large stores. Buses service the Hedland and South Hedland districts. There are excellent schools from kindergarten to primary in Port Hedland. This is the high school in South Hedland. Of special pride is the tertiary level Hedland College of Advanced Education, which is the finest centre of its kind in the north. It provides for a wide range of studies, including engineering, secretarial and art subjects. Regional Hospital is the major medical centre in the Pilbara and has standards of staff and facilities to match any complex of its kind in Australia. Port Hedland and South Hedland are also the centres for major government and semi-government administration in the region. The Hedland communities have the same passion for sport. Leisure days are full of activity. And in the long summer months of the hot northern climate, swimming is a favourite with just about everyone. The coastal location provides the opportunity for boating and fishing. And of course, there's the clubs and entertainment you can expect in any centre of this size. Port Hedland, the new South Hedland. Redmont down the line. And inland, the mining town of Newman. Outback Australia is really not so outback anymore. All of these centres have become new places to live and work in the Pilbara region of Australia's northwest.